Hi, and happy Halloween. And thank you for joining me today for this extra special ZAWA episode. I know what you guys are thinking. That was kind of a mean jump scare to put right at the beginning. Yeah, you're right, it was. But it's Halloween, and I'm scaring you guys because of that. But I don't want you to be too frightened, because we got some stuff we're going to do today. In fact, the owl naming thing, that's going to have to wait till next week. Keep putting your comments in that last video that I did. Because today, we're going to build something else. Today, we're going to build something special. Okay, all joking aside. Happy Halloween, everybody. We're going to be doing a little extra special ZAWA episode today. Something a little different, okay? Something a little bit fun. We actually have a lot to build still on this roller coaster here. But in the spirit of Halloween, I wanted to add a couple of new exhibits. And if you guys caught the community tab in the last couple of days, you probably understand what's coming. But what we're going to do is we're going to actually dig out this, okay? In fact, I'm probably going to have to go move the beacon again. But we're going to dig this out right here. And we're going to kind of finish up the platform a little bit right here. And then right in this area, we're going to put a section of the mine that is in this area. You know, the multiple mines that are in this area. That is going to harbor or hold some extra special residents, let's say. So, if you guys do go on to enjoy this episode, and if you're not still reeling over that jump scare in the beginning, please be sure to leave a like on this video. Alright, but first, I have to do a lot of digging. I have to go move the beacon. I've showed that a billion times. I'm just going to go move it somewhere above here so that I can get to work on digging this out. But we have to dig out a whole new section of the mine shaft, so let me get to work on doing that. I don't have much... I'm not going to do a time-lapse because we actually have a lot to do today, so let's just get to digging. Okay, something kind of like that. Okay, so we got this little area dug out right here. Nothing too fancy, nothing too special. It's just like a little... outlet for at the end of the waiting area here for when you're going to ride the train. Now, I still have to pretty up all of this. There's still a lot of work to do here, and this might get reshaped and stuff. But the point of this is that it's kind of tough to see all the way back here, but you will be able to see just a little bit. Now, this is just the rough cut of what I was going to plan on doing here. But right here, let's actually grab maybe some fir wood here. What we're going to do is we're going to actually create a bit of a mine shaft, okay, right here from way back in here, okay? I might have to carve a little bit of this out and work it a little bit, but we're going to create the entrance to the mine shaft right here. And what this is going to be one of the abandoned mines. All right, so this is one of the abandoned mines. There's nothing to see here, people. Don't even bother looking in here. This is going to be a closed-off section of the zoo that is not for the general public. Ooh, it's nighttime up there. It's not for the general public. So in reality, like, why am I even building it? This is a closed-off section where people are not supposed to go, in air quotes, supposed to. So, now, is it going to be part of the zoo? Yes, there is going to be a couple exhibits back here. However, people are not supposed to go back here. So I have to pretty up this cave right here. We're going to give it the full royal treatment real fast. This is just going to be like a standard kind of cave thing, except for I'm going to try to make this look a little bit more disheveled and broken down, so it looks like this is not the place you're supposed to go. Okay, a lot of fine little detailing later, and check this out. This place looks like crap. Alright, it's very difficult to navigate, and we get back here to where it kind of opens up a little bit. Now, most importantly, you can just kind of barely see out there, okay? So if anyone is exploring this zoo, and they come across this cave that looks like it collapsed, they might just barely notice a little bit of wood back there and think, hey, maybe something's back there, you know? Then they might try to squeeze through the rubble here and actually get on back here. So it's, like I said, very difficult to navigate, but that's kind of the idea. There's one thing I wouldn't mind adding, though, just to kind of really sell this home. Do we have any rails? Am I not seeing them? I need to find some rails. All right, simply made some. All right, let's go ahead and dot these things in here, almost like they're kind of part of an existing or an old mine shaft that used to be here. You know, like it's actually leading out of here. We'll just sprinkle in a couple of them here or there, just to kind of sell the point, you know? That actually is probably enough. All right, so that way we have it kind of showing here that this was an actual mine that was back here. This wasn't just a fluke. This isn't just a natural cave. So now the next thing I have to do is I have to dig all this out because we're going to be adding 2 exhibits in today's episode. Look at all this space, okay? So I dug out a couple of little mine shaft sections here. I think this looks pretty good. I do have to widen them by 1 either way, so a 2 wide total because I want that to be backed up a little bit. Kind of like that. all the way down. I am just outside of the range of the beacon too, so I have to, like right here, it just gave up on me. I have to kind of just run over here, get a little extra juice, maybe. There it is. And then I can go I can go back and finish digging. So yeah, I'm just outside the range of the beacon. I tried positioning it so that I'd have it for this whole build. Didn't really work out, but whatever. We'll roll with this punch. So yeah, this is the new section, or the old section of the mine, basically, that the people in the area don't want you to know about. But once this is all dug out, I'm going to do a little bit of decorating here. But I guess maybe before we do the decorating, we should probably actually work on plotting out where the exhibits are going to be. What I'm thinking is putting one right, let's see, to my left, actually, in this section right here. And so you could actually see it from over here if you were to come back here. That's one plan. The other one might be right here. Yeah, I'm thinking that'll work out pretty good. So there is a lot of work that needs to be done here, and that's why I'm skipping the time lapses today, because time is always short now that I have that third kid here. But this is going to be a lot of building today, so I'm going to try to dedicate more time to making sure that the quality of this build looks fantastic, more over it being very well edited, I guess, if that makes sense. I want you guys to see some cool builds today, is basically what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to just jump right into doing that. So this is kind of like a narrower spot right there, but obviously all of this not smooth stone here needs to get changed out so it looks kind of like you're actually digging through actual stone, kind of like what this looks like over here. And we're gonna go for disheveled as well, so I'm gonna make this place look a little bit more broken down, especially over here, because right here I'm gonna be putting one of the exhibits. I still haven't told you guys what I'm doing today. It's coming, don't worry. But right here I'm gonna be putting one of the exhibits, and I kind of want the mine shaft to have collapsed and actually broken some of the glass that would be normally holding the exhibits in. I know, spooky, right? So I might have to dig this back just a hair still to get this to fit in here correctly. So I got some more digging to do. I got a little bit more decorating to do, and maybe I'll start actually with this collapsed section of the mine right here. Okay, check that out. Okay, so this is kind of like the collapsed section of the mine. I don't know if I really got it quite right. I might tweak that a little bit, but I kind of like how there's a little bit of depth to this where you can kind of see even farther into it. Like there's a collapsed section of the mine, but there's more back there, but you just can't get to it. But let's get to work on actually placing the first exhibit. And what is that first exhibit? Actually, before we actually get to doing the first exhibit, never mind, hold on, I gotta change the plans. We have to go animal hunting. That's right, animal hunting, because we need to get some stuff before we actually get around to being able to build this, because you need to know what animals we're actually going to be putting in here. So let's put all the blocks away for a second, and then let's get to going out there. Do I have some nets on me? I do. Let's see, grab 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's go grab 5 different animals. Now, which animals are we going to be putting in today's episode? Well, this is a spooky episode. So what we're going to be doing is, in the spirit of Halloween, we're going to be putting some untraditional animals in the zoo. Namely, we're going to be putting spiders, and we're going to be putting wither skeletons. So we're going to go catch a few of them. It looks like it's sunset. It's just during nighttime, so I should be able to find some spiders around here pretty easily. No spiders, but creepers be creeping. So I'm actually out here at night, which is kind of crazy for me. Usually I don't do that. But I need these spiders, and I also wouldn't mind having a thunderstorm happen. If that happens during this recording, good. If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. We have our first victim. Oh, excuse me, sir. You need to get out of my way. I am catching animals today. So spiders are a vanilla mob. But I'm still going to grab them. Yoink. Because I have these nets and I can do that. And I'm going to be putting... I think I'm going to put 1 regular big spider. And then I'm going to go grab a couple of cave spiders out of our farm. I haven't been there in a while, so it should be kind of fun to revisit it. It has been a hot minute since I've been here, but check it out. We got our little guy, our Fletcher here, that usually buys string, but I have to reset that, obviously. But we have these guys here. That's actually what I'm here for. Let's go ahead and just snag a few of these guys, because I'm thinking, how do I want to do this? I'm thinking 3 should be fine. 3 should be fine. All right, let's get out of here. Okay, so what this means, though, is that we still need the other exhibit to be populated, though, and I was going to do wither skeletons in that one. I think that'd be kind of a fun thing to do, considering that they're creepy and that they're skeletons. I could put regular skeletons, but we see those things all over the place. Wither skeletons you don't see in the overworld too often. Zombified pigmen would be kind of interesting, too. You know what? Maybe I'll grab one of those and throw one in there as well. I got kind of an idea for what I'm going to do for that exhibit here. Buddy, come with me. Okay, so there is a... Ooh, there's also gas to here. There is a place right here where we could actually run into some of these guys. And so I'm going to hunt around a little bit and see. Oh, they're right there. There's one right there. There's actually one down there too. Okay, sweet. There's a couple of them right here. This might be easier than I thought. Come here. Yoink. Grab that one. Let's see. Use the pigman as a shield from the blaze. Excuse me, blaze. And yoink. Grab that one. Good. We got her with the skeletons. Pigman, save me. Thank you. Now, there should be a biome around here that has, like, ash for the ground, I think. And I thought I saw some, like, somewhere over here. I'm running out of rockets, too. There it is, right there. So I'm going to collect a bit of this, too, and then we're going to get on our way. Okay, that should be enough. Don't mind the fact that I'm on fire. Oh, okay. Now that now that we got the animals that we need, let's head on back down here, to where we're doing our builds and start digging out an area for the spiders. Okay, so there's a couple of ghost blocks. How fitting is that? You know, in reality, when you think about it. I didn't see these things while I was digging that out, but I guess this is supposed to be a spooky exhibit. So let's go ahead and remove these and clean these up a little bit. All of these should be taken out, actually. Wow, there's actually a lot of stuff. Holy cow. I thought all this stuff was cleared up. Well, okay then. I guess we can probably bring this back forward just a little bit right there and right like there. Okay, so there we go. We got this dug out. I obviously need to clean up all these blocks. My inventory is an absolute disaster. So let's just go ahead and try to pick up as much as we can. But I do want to get to work on actually designing. Oh man, there's so many blocks. Designing this this build. I guess I should probably sink it down to the ground a little bit. It's kind of important because the spiders are going to be able to climb the walls. I don't want them to get so high up that they fall and hurt themselves. So I have to kind of keep that in mind too. But I'm going to dig the floor down just a wee bit here. I can leave a lot of this cave. Ooh, that's going to be kind of dark. Tough for you guys to see. I can leave a lot of this cave actually. So, because having caves be full of spiders, that's pretty creepy. Pretty creepy. Just in time for Halloween, you know. Pretty creepy. So, what I was talking about before, though, is I wanted to make it look like the cave-in kind of cracked into the glass here. And I'm going to knock out the torch again. But let me show you a little bit about what I'm talking about here, actually, so that you guys can kind of understand what I mean. So, the cave-in here is actually kind of this whole area. So, I'm going to just kind of fill this in roughly with cobblestone. So, it looks like it kind of shattered in through the glass there. Now, I need some more inventory space is what I really need. Where did all this wood come from? I need to grab some gravel, actually. Let's see, the ground blocks, they should be in here somewhere. There's a little bit of gravel. There's some more. Okay, let's grab some gravel. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of sprinkle this in so that it sort of looks like it kind of came in with it. And that's not that bad, actually. Let's maybe put one over here. So, okay, so then let's do some fine detailing on this thing then. And we're going to actually bring this in so that it looks more like this place is collapsed and flooded in here. Something like that. Now, there is one last little thing I want to do, though. And I need to move this out of the way. And I need the glass backpack. Where is it? Why am I blind? Why can I never see this thing? It's right there. Got it. Let's grab this. And what we'll do is we'll pop one of these things out, and we'll actually put that right there. And then, technically I should have something on top of it here. Let's remove that back one there. That looks pretty good. Okay, so that's going to kind of give this effect like it's kind of flooding in there. Now, I do want to grab these paints. Oh, man, I need some room. Yeah, let's get rid of some buttons for right now. I do want to grab these panes because what I'm going to do is I'm going to try... I've got to make sure that the spiders don't escape here. It's kind of important, you know? I'm going to try to create it so that it looks... can they get out of this? I don't think they can. So it looks like it's kind of broken. If I can even. So cave spiders... they might be able to squeeze through there, couldn't they? Actually, I don't think they can fit through half blocks. I don't think they can fit through half blocks. So we should be good there. As long as I do that. Now, there could be some additional glass. Man, my inventory sucks. I gotta get some stuff out of here real fast. There might be some additional things that I can do. Let's get the chisel out here to make this kind of look broken. Street glass, no, nothing like that. I don't know. Let me try something. Maybe something kind of like that. That kind of looks like it's really broken. I really hope the cave spiders can't fit through here. It might be worth a test beforehand. Actually, you know what? If they can squeeze through here, I'll replace this with something else. That kind of makes the glass look like it's kind of broken, and that this that the cave-in sort of flooded in here a little bit, kind of. That's what it's supposed to be anyway. All right, so now that we have the actual area where the spiders are going to be kind of dug out, what are we going to be putting in here? Like, how are we going to decorate this to look like an exhibit for spiders? Now, we could do like kind of like a woods theme kind of thing so that they can look like they're in their natural habitat and stuff, but oh no, these are really big spiders when you think about them. Okay, I know that the cave spiders are slightly smaller than the regular spiders in vanilla Minecraft. However, the fact that they're the size that they are, it's already like a 1 meter wide spider, just the cave spider, okay? So then the vanilla spider that's just out at nighttime and stuff like that, that's a huge spider. That's like the size of a person. That's massive. So we're going to actually try to design this to look a little bit more like a spider's den. And for that, I'm going to need an entirely different block palette. So I guess let's start off actually with the ground. I think that would probably work out the best if we get the ground put in place correctly. It can remain kind of a cave, but I'm going to dirty it up a little bit. Obviously make it look a little bit more like a custom build itself. We're going to probably add a little bit of podzol. I hope I have more podzol. Bat backpack, don't let me down. Oh, thank you. All right, so let's grab a little bit of podzol there. And I guess I don't really need a lot of grass, actually. I might leave that out of here. This is supposed to be run down broken. There's no way grass would even be growing back here, so we're not even going to worry about that. Let's change up the ground here and make this look a little bit more creepy and dirty. There we go. That's looking a little bit more creepy and disgusting looking. Okay, so I wouldn't also mind adding in some of this ash block that we got. I want to put this sparingly in here. Not a lot, actually. Just a little bit here or there. Just to add to the creepy factor of this place. Just a couple pieces. How does that look like? Let's go out here and take a peek. You can't really even see it. I put them in places where you can't even see it. That's fine. And one of the final blocks I'm going to add in here, and I'm also going to sprinkle this in kind of lightly, is this netherrack mycelium. And I'm only going to put it in places where you can't see the side. Basically, it looks like mycelium, but I didn't have to go find any of it. Okay, if that doesn't look disgusting, no, I don't think anything will. Now, you can see a little bit of the mycelium right there, and I guess that's not a bad thing, really. It's supposed to look kind of run down and obviously really dirty and disgusting. Now, here's where the fun begins. I have a few pieces of white wool. I can always go grab more. And some white glass and some white stained glass. I actually do want to go grab some other blocks to go into this. But what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to create something that looks sort of like an egg sack, all right, for spiders. I could just slap a bunch of cobwebs in here and call it a day. But what fun would that be? I want to make it look like there's actually like egg sacks kind of built up in areas around here, like on the walls and stuff, maybe hanging from the ceiling. Really make it look creepy and disgusting. So that's the plan. I do want to add in, I'm thinking either white concrete powder or maybe get a little bit of a yellowish or grayish color in there, kind of like a, oh, what's the word? The white terracotta. What does that even look like here? Let's look at this real quick. White terra, right here, like this thing. It's like a peach colored almost. You know, add in a little bit of that, I think would work out really good. But I have to go grab those because I don't have those supplies on me right now. So let me go restock some of my blocks here and then we'll get to building. Well, hi, mister. Get out of here. I mean, you're creepy and all, but I can't have you in here right now. Okay, so I went ahead and made some white concrete, and I also got some white terracotta now. So we should be able to make something that looks kind of like egg sacks if I I don't know how exactly this is going to turn out. I'm thinking about like kind of carving this corner back here and having like a big pustule of them in the back there. I think that would look kind of cool. So let's knock this out a little bit here. Actually, that right there would make a really good... Limestone would make an excellent color for the insect, or not the insects, the spider sacks, the egg sacks here. Wow, okay, I have some of that. Maybe I'll change my mind here, because, Let's see, where do I have that in? I have it in one of the miscellaneous backpacks and probably the ground backpack as well. Let me look. Yeah, limestone looks really good. Okay, so maybe we'll use some of that, actually. It was fate, too, because it was, like, right here. So let's build up a little pile of that right in here. And then let's switch over to, like, some of the white wool, and we'll accent it. Hold on, I gotta bring this out even further. Hold on one second, yeah. All right, and then maybe we'll squeeze in a couple bits of that right there to really kind of bring it home a little. And then it's got to look bubbly. It's got to look a little bubbly. Okay, something like that is a decent start, actually. Now let's grab some of the glass that we have here, the white stained glass. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to coat this on the outside just a little bit in a couple of spots, as well as maybe even cover up other things completely with stained glass. Totally. Like, oh yeah, it's starting to look kind of gross. Okay, so that looks disgusting. That looks pretty gross, but it kind of does drive the point home, though. So I do have a couple little bits of stuff here left, and I don't mind there being like one big, like spider egg sac there, and then a couple of other little ones kind of dotted around. I think that might look kind of cool. So like maybe we'll put one like right down here, you know, and just put like a couple little bits of stuff on it. And then we'll dot this around here. We'll even put one right up next to the glass here. That'll freak some people out. Why not? Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Yep, it's starting to come together. You know what, actually, this will really get them. Let's put one on the outside of the exhibit. Let's actually make it look, oh, not right there, that doesn't look good. But let's, actually, this whole thing doesn't look very good. Let's knock this out right here. Now, there naturally is a little bit of limestone right there. So let's just leave that in place, and then maybe we'll add in some of the spiderweb looking cobweb stuff right there. It's on the outside of the exhibit. Let people ponder that for a second and think, this isn't that cool, is it? There's totally there's spiders here, aren't there? Okay, I think all of that is actually fantastic. Now, this white stained glass is kind of cool because I should be able to put that hanging down kind of like this in various spots, make it look really kind of creepy. So it looks like there's like spider webs dangling. I can also do this with ropes, but I think that the white stained glass really kind of drives home the point that these are spider webs hanging down here. I think it would be kind of cool if there's like for a centerpiece right here, maybe a little bit bigger pile of egg. You know, this is gonna look so gross. This is gonna look really nasty. And then like the cobwebs actually were connected to it. I need a little bit more white stained glass. I have plenty of the resources though. Okay, I'm thinking that might be enough. That might be enough. Look at that. That is like really gross. That is pretty freaky, pretty gross. I want to just kind of sprinkle these things in, kind of caked on the sides here too every once in a while. Just to kind of drive home the creepiness point. Let's see how this looks. Let's take a step back and look. Oh yeah, that definitely looks like it's full of cobwebs, despite the fact that I actually didn't use any cobwebs. Now, I do plan on using some cobwebs. I have a few actually, but the reason for me building this block for block actually is, one, I think it looks better, and two, I don't actually have a whole lot of cobwebs, so I don't want to overdo it in this without having to go look for more. And plus, I mean, it's too generic. It's too generic looking. You know, the cobwebs I think add a really nice touch to things, as far as like little accents, and they'll come in great out here. But I don't want to overdo the cobwebs inside the exhibit itself. So I just thought about it. Although I really do like this centerpiece with that pole going all the way up there, basically the cobweb stringing down. The spiders could totally like climb up that, couldn't they? And they could probably really hurt themselves if they dropped off there. So let's grab some of these blocks back out here, and we're going to modify that just a little bit. There we go. That way, if they climb up there, they'll fall, what, 3 blocks maybe only, I think, and that should be fine. Okay, so what else can I do to this to make this look really creepy? Now, the lighting is obviously going to have to change, but I am going to have to put some kind of vegetation-ish in here, like not like real vegetation, but I mean thorns I'd put in, but I'm afraid they're going to actually damage the thing. So let's start off with some dead bushes maybe. We'll squeeze them in here in places. Okay, and then maybe some dead leaves would also probably come in real handy in here. As far as lighting in here goes, though, there's not going to be much, actually. In fact, I'm kind of tempted just to leave it really dark in here, because then if somebody does wander back here, they're going to get in for quite a surprise, and they see all these terrible things in here. And of course, mushrooms and toadstools would absolutely work in here. In fact, toadstools I think would work better than just regular mushrooms. So we're gonna sprinkle them in all over the place. Yep, that's good. To be honest, that's probably about it. I mean, that's really all I plan on putting in here. It doesn't have to. It's not supposed to have a whole lot of vegetation in it. This is supposed to look very dead and run down. But I suppose I do have to try to figure out some way of actually getting some kind of lighting in here so that people can actually see things in here. So let's knock out the torches real fast. This is going to look terrible on YouTube, but let's knock out the torches real fast. And see, already that looks creepy. That looks really creepy just the way it is right there. But we're going to keep going with the darkness here, because I need to see what I'm going to be doing for light in here. I mean, honestly, that's probably pretty good, just that alone. I know it's not a lot of light, and it probably looks pretty rough on YouTube. But it's either that or, do I have any redstone on me, actually? Because redstone torches would work, too. That wouldn't be a bad idea, actually. I don't think I have any on me. No, I'm pretty sure I don't. I'd have to go grab some. But that works pretty good already, just as it is right there. And that puts a piece of glowstone down there, a couple blocks down. Lights this place up enough for what I want. Now, things are definitely going to spawn in there. And that's fine, actually. I'm not really too worried about that. Because... not many people are going to be coming back here. So I don't really care if things spawn in there a little bit. Okay, and then I think we're ready to name these things. Now, I did actually... Where did I put them? I put them, I think, in the glass backpack, actually. Yeah, I did. Okay, so I got 3 cave spiders and a regular spiders. Now, I did turn to... I'm going to actually put down some torches in here just to keep things from spawning for the time being. I did actually turn to you guys in the community tab on my channel for names for these things. Now, I didn't get a whole lot of responses, so I'm going to have to try to come up with some names on here myself. But everyone who did name an animal, I am going to name one of the spiders or cave spider or wither skeletons after them, or after those people who pitched in a name. So you're all getting a name today. Okay, so we have 4 spiders, that means. So let's get to naming 4 of these things. Big shout out to Matt Myers for suggesting the name Arachne, and that apparently is like a Greek myth of some kind. I don't actually know the full story behind it, but we're gonna go with Arachne. All right, and then I'd like to give a shout out to Tiny the T-Rex, who suggested that I name one of them. He didn't really specify which one he wanted me to name, but we're gonna name one Aunt Karen, and that might actually be the big mama spider in there. And then, of course, it just wouldn't make sense if we didn't do it, but we're going to name one Charlotte, probably from the novel Charlotte's Web. And a big shout out to Gavin Bolin for suggesting that. And then because you guys left it up for me to name the next one, we're just going to name that one Gus. So now this could get quite exciting, because cave spiders, like, poison you, like, pretty bad, you know? And also, the regular spider, they're all going to chase me, but I got to somehow get them all in here and name them. So let's try. And let's see, Aunt Karen's going to be the regular spider, and then the rest of them, Charlotte's going to be one of the cave spiders, and then Arachne's going to be another one of the cave spiders, and then we're going to go with Gus as another one of the cave spiders. So I have to somehow get them placed and then get out of here without them eating my face. I think one of the best things I could do is probably seal myself in. Yeah, hold on, that sounds like a bad idea. But maybe I'll just have the blocks ready on my hotbar to plug them up, and I'll lure them over there. I have some armor on. I can tank it a little bit. All right, so we're gonna have to place name, because I'm gonna be getting attacked by spiders in here. Let's get the torches out of here too. And it sounds like there is a local in here as well, like a zombie somewhere in the wall. So add a little ambiance to it. But this could be brutal, but let's, because these are vanilla mobs, remember, so let's try to do this without dying. Huh? Aunt Karen, okay. And then there's the cave spider. That one's named. And then there's another cave spider. No! Oh, I think, oh dang it, I named, I'm stuck on something. No, I'm stuck in the cobweb.
Please, no! 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 No!
Okay, we gotta get out of here real quick. Gotta get a little bit of a breather. Nope, didn't seal off. All right, we're running for it. That was a complete and total failure. Maybe I should place, name, scoop up. Place, name, scoop up. That's probably a good idea. All right, so let's go get to scooping here. All right, where are you guys? Oop, one's behind me. That one I don't think is named. Okay, so I did misclick on there. Arachne, I think, is named. That's Charlotte right there. And it looks like they're taking damage from falling. That's not good. And then Arachne, I think we renamed Aunt Karen Arachne, so I'm gonna have to go get another name tag. Yeah, we did. Okay, so Aunt Karen's gonna be one of the cave spiders. Let's do this like right here, since I can just name it and then scoop it right back up again. So we got, let's see, let me get these in the right order here. Cave Spider, Aunt Karen, scoop them up. There we go. All right, so we got Aunt Karen, we got Charlotte, we got Arachne, and then we got Gus. So I really hope these things don't, like, drop to their death constantly. Like, cave spiders are weird. So hopefully they don't. In fact, you know what? I think that it is better if I seal myself in. Judging from my last debacle I just had right there, I don't think I'm going to be able to escape here in time. So let's get everything on the hotbar here. We're going to go spam, 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 spam. Get out of here, okay? Here we go. And then we're free. Only got poisoned really bad. But yeah, there we go. We got our spider exhibit. How about them apples? I did hear him kind of take damage there. A little disheartening, but okay, we'll just leave them be. We'll leave them be for right now. Hopefully they don't die. Let's go on over here, though, because we have another whole exhibit to build in this episode. So first things first. Now, this is a little bit more of a cramped tunnel. It's not as easily decorated, I don't think. I might actually want to widen it a little bit. If I do, I'll probably widen it a little bit this way. But I do want to add another exhibit right here. Okay, so, but first things first, I have to get to digging. Okay, so this is all well and good and stuff, except we got one little problem. That's that we have a little friend coming this way. Gus got out, okay? Gus escaped the pen there. Now, I guess that kind of makes sense, given the fact that they have the broken window and stuff, but that's not actually what my intention was. I don't actually want him getting out of there. So, we're going to have to find a way to keep him sealed in there. Okay, so how do we keep... He must have crawled out through... Probably right here, to be honest. I mean, that might have been it. Let's grab the glass backpack, if I can find it. I always, like, my brain shuts off whenever I'm looking for the glass backpack. And let's grab ourselves some of these blocks here, and we'll see if we can't fill this thing in completely. Okay, we might have an opportunity here to actually really seal this thing up so that they can't get out. And I might be able to do this without actually even setting foot in there. So if we take Gus... and we take the block that I want to replace, which is not that one. It's this one right here. And what if we put Gus in, like, right there and then sealed it up? There we go. All right, so that is actually totally sealed now. There actually is no little gaps in there, although I don't think it looks as good. It'll be more functional. So, what was I doing over here, right? Okay, before I got attacked by Gus, what was I doing over here? I was digging out an area, because this is where the wither skeletons are going to go. Now, I wouldn't mind actually putting, like, a nether portal in here, except for the fact that they could just, like, walk through that. So we're not going to do that. Plus, I could also have some visitors come through the nether portal and get a bunch of pigmen in here, which I'm also not trying to do. I wouldn't mind having one. I do have an idea for putting one. However, there are ways that you can make a nether portal so that it doesn't look like a nether portal. Or it doesn't function as a nether portal, I should say. You could use purple stained glass panes, for example, instead of actually having it be the portal lit. Or what I'm probably going to do is do a broken portal in here. Like, these things came through and the portal was destroyed on the way through, and this is all that's left. But first things first, the ground is first. So let's go ahead and actually work on doodadding up the ground and make this thing look pretty. And by pretty, I mean absolutely disgusting, of course, because this is not supposed to look really all that great. Yeah, I had this little elevation change here. I think I'm going to scrap that. I'm just going to leave it flat because I wouldn't mind putting what looks like a cemetery in here as well, too, just for funsies. So let's just carve all of this back here and replace the entire ground with something else. Okay, so that looks pretty gross and pretty creepy, just kind of like the other exhibit, actually. I wouldn't mind actually keeping some of this grass. So maybe putting a couple little patches in here. I know grass wouldn't be growing down here, but just to kind of make it seem like it's actually rooted in some kind of reality, I'm going to try to keep a couple of patches of grass in here. Not too much. Okay, something kind of like that. Now, the nether portal. Do I have any obsidian with me? I don't really have any obsidian with me. I probably should go grab some of that. Ooh, one of you is really high up there. That's not great. They're going to probably fall and die. Hopefully they'll survive at least this episode. Okay, to make this work now, I went and grabbed some obsidian. Let's go ahead and actually place where we want the portal to be-ish. It can be kind of in the wall a little bit. I'm thinking it might look kind of cool. If it's kind of, especially if it's off-centered. There goes the light. You guys can't see anything, can you? Especially if it's off-centered, I think might look pretty good. Something kind of like that. Okay, so the nether portal is in. However, I want to change... Ooh, this looks bad right there. Hold on, I got to fix that. I didn't even notice that the first time through. I do want to change up a little something, though, because I want to make it look almost like it's scorching the world coming through, you know? Like, I want to look like it's, like, burned into that. Now, one little trick also that I want to do is... I need my inventory. God, inventory. Let me sort my inventory real fast. Okay, slightly more manageable, but what I was saying is one idea that I had is that I was going to take some glowstone, and I was going to put it behind this, kind of in a sporadic spot, placing kind of like this. Let's do that right down here, and let's grab like one more piece, and we'll put that up in the top corner, like so. Okay, and then, actually I can chisel glowstone. Hold on one second, I got a better idea. Something kind of like that, okay? And then what we'll do is we'll sprinkle in some of this, and let's get rid of the chisel, and maybe a piece of that, like so, into there, and then we'll light the portal, so to speak. Like that, okay? So it kind of looks like it's lit. That's the method to this madness here. Now let's carve this back so that it's a little bit easier to see the portal itself. And maybe we'll cover up a little bit right there. Okay, so there we go. We got the portal in place. Now I want to have that look like it's bleeding through the stone, kind of like into the ground a little bit and on the walls. So let me do a little bit of decorating and see what I can come up with. There we go. All right, so it is kind of bleeding out of that wall right there and a little bit into the ground too. Kind of like how that looks. We can probably do a little bit better though, because if we added in like, so a little bit more, something fiery actually. Now I don't want to put these on the ground because I don't want the things to step on them, but I do want to kind of mix them in to kind of give it a sense like this is actually kind of like a really terrible thing burning its way into our reality. Yes, something like that. Now, as far as any kind of decorations or something going with this thing, I'm thinking just kind of putting some simple stuff on here. Nothing too fancy. I want it just to kind of be its own thing. I want the nether portal to be the thing that actually came through. I don't really want to decorate it up with anything else other than the surrounding environment. Now, as far as what I was mentioning earlier about like tombstones being in here, I think that would actually look really good, but I gotta figure out which backpack anything is in. All right, something a little bit like that. I know that's nothing too fancy, and it's not supposed to be actually. I think that looks all right the way it is. Now let's talk about a little bit of vegetation in here too, because I do want to make sure that that's part of this build as opposed to the last one, which didn't have any, because it didn't make sense for there to be. But this one, it could. Let's see. Let's get some of these dead leaves, and maybe we'll actually try. Well, I can use up these acacia leaves in this one probably, and maybe a little bit of the hellbark leaves too. I don't have many of those left. But let's actually slap down some more dead leaves area or stuff in this area right here. I throw a piece of hellbark leaf right in the front there, and then we'll kind of do that. Now that'll rest up against the glass, which should look pretty good. And then maybe another one over here too. Kind of like it's overgrown. I don't really like the last one. Actually, I don't really like that one either. Now, these are kind of like the bushes that we have actually in the zoo itself, but I think this looks pretty good. Now, wouldn't mind putting... The closer I get to this thing, though, you'd think that the leaves would have probably lit on fire, and I would put fire down. And I don't think wither skeletons burn, actually, come to think of it. Wither skeletons and zombified pigments, I think, don't take burn damage, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't want to bet on that, so maybe we'll just put another one right in the foreground right here, actually. something kind of almost blocking the view a little bit. Slap one of those things in there so that you can kind of see them crawling around on the backs or behind it a little bit. I think that might look pretty cool. And then, of course, we do need to doodad up the top of the cave as well, so we're going to go ahead and sprinkle in a little bit of this little customization action going on in here to make this look way more, less natural and more man-made. Okay, there we go. That's looking pretty good. I'm thinking we're just about ready for the glass just to cover up the front just so we can kind of see what this is going to look like in the end. We do need to still add some vegetation, though, into this. So let's go ahead and grab let's grab a full stack of this stuff just because I need to carve up some more of this. And then we're gonna change it on over to the stone frame stuff, chisel that. Good, and then let's fill in the glass real fast. All right, so that's looking good. Now we can go ahead and put the vegetation in. Now there can be some kind of plants here. I'm still gonna put some dead stuff in here because this is supposed to look really dried up and dead, obviously. But there can be a little bit of grass, I'm thinking, would probably look fine. Because, I mean, there is actually, like, you know, grass in there, so why not? Some of this devil's weed would probably look really good in here, actually. Come to think of it. Squeeze in a little bit of that here or there. It has, like the curly, it's like tall grass, but it has, like, curly tips on it, which I think looks kind of cool. And then, dead leaves, of course, is kind of a must. Of course, toadstools, given that this is supposed to be a creepy kind of build, of course, we're going to squeeze them in here, too. Oh, I just heard somebody die. I just heard somebody die. Who was it? Is there any cave spiders left? I don't see any cave spiders left. Did they all did they all die? Well, dang it. All right, so I guess no cave spiders in here. Rest in peace, all of those things. I would provide a grave for them, but these are officially not really part of the zoo, right? I mean, these are the creepy ones. But it looks like all of the cave spiders might have fallen to their death. I guess I don't really want to add any more vegetation to this. I guess there's one thing I should do, and that's work out the better lighting. Because what I currently have in here isn't going to be the lighting that's going to be in here permanently. So let's go ahead and knock out these, grab a little bit more glowstone. We'll hide that in here. What I should do, ooh, hold on, actually, I got a better idea than glowstone. I got a much better idea. I don't know why I didn't think about this. Hold on, check this out. Wow, just two of those things really light that place up. Holy cow. I guess they are kind of like glowstones. So they do light up quite a bit. Yeah, I guess just a couple of jack-o'-lanterns in there would probably do well. So, I think this exhibit is for the most part done. We just need to actually slap in the actual wither skeletons now. And I'm probably going to add in the zombie pigmen too. So let's go name these bad boys. It is raining. If it starts thunderstorming, that could be a really good thing. Because there is one thing that I wouldn't mind catching. But I believe it only appears in thunderstorms in the spawn chunks in this version, and that would be a skeletal horse. So if it does start thunderstorming while I'm doing this, then I'm hauling my butt back to spawn. But we got to name some things. So we got 3 things to name here. We got a couple of wither skeletons, and we have a zombified pigman. So let's see. Big shout out to Tiny the T-Rex here for suggesting Uncle Steve. We're gonna go with Uncle Steve, and I guess because the other ones died, we'll name we'll name this one Charlotte, and then we'll name the other one Arachne also, since we kind of lost them in the other exhibit. Charlotte, of course, was suggested by Gavin Bolin, and Arachne was suggested by Matt Myers. So thank you guys for that. So I'm getting the idea, though, that the wither skeleton especially, maybe not the zombified or zombie pigmen, but the wither skeletons especially are going to be kind of the same situation where they're going to attack me immediately. So I should probably name them and then put them down. So it looks like we're going to have Uncle Steve and Charlotte as our wither skeleton. So place, name, scoop back up. Place, name, scoop back up. Ooh, he got me. And while we're at it, we'll do the zombified pigman also, or the zombie pigman. We're going to name that one Arachne. Alright, it's still raining. Come on, thunderstorm. Wouldn't that be fun? Okay, so these ones I don't have to worry about too much. Wither skeletons can't fit below a 2-block gap anyway. So we're going to place these down quickly. We'll put down Arachne first since he's not going to attack us. The wither skeletons, then we'll run out of here. And they can't get me anyway, so we can easily block that thing up. There we go. We have our exhibit finished. Now, the last thing to do before we wrap this episode up is pretty up this mine shaft. So I am going to do a little bit of off-camera work here, and we're going to finalize this bad boy. Oh, there's a thunderstorm. There's a thunderstorm. Come on, get my rockets. I gotta get out of here. It's a thunderstorm actually happening. It's daytime though, but I think they can still spawn then. I gotta get to spawn. It's probably not safe, but I gotta get to spawn quick. Okay, so spawn was somewhere right around here, I believe. So let's see if we can get on top of a tree and spot a skeleton horse around here. The sun came out immediately, so I wasn't here for very long. But did we get one to spawn in? Wouldn't that have been great? All right, well, let's take a snoop around. We're gonna snoop around just a little bit, see if we can't find one. Mind the lions. I think we might be out of luck. I think we're I think we're out of luck. Plus, I think spawn was further this way. I think I was in the kind of the wrong spot. So that's a big whoops. Yeah, spawn was over here. That was my bad. I was in the wrong area. Anyway, let's get back to finishing up building. And I give to you people the final result. Here we have our final Halloween build. This is obviously a very creepy looking cave. It's very dark. I'm going to have to worry about mobs spawning back here, so this is not going to be a very safe build. None of my builds really are. But as you can see, we come down here into the abandoned mine shaft, which is all riddled and broken down. There's even a couple of bats that spawn in here naturally. Those are just part of the ambiance, I guess. We have our one lone spider that's still alive over there, and then and then we have over here the other exhibit here with the wither skeletons and the zombie pigmen in there. So I think that's gonna wrap things up though. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this special episode. It was a little creepy, a little weird, a little different. Had a lot of fun throwing this together. I'll probably never come back here, actually. I'll put a closed sign up at the entrance of this, and then this will just remain back here hidden forever and ever. So if you did enjoy this, though, please go down and smash that like button. It would really help me out a lot. And thank you guys so much for donating your eyeballs and ear holes to this episode of ZAWA. I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching, and have yourself a happy Halloween.